So I am the master of my own success. I'm the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Nobody but nobody controls me and tells me what to do. Nobody. And really, this is what I will be sharing about. And what I want to share about is what is the difference between fear and survival mode. And that is really what this talk about. So I have this belief, which was backed up this Sunday by Dr. Demartine. Demartine, I really should look up his name. That when you are living in fear, it's actually when your ego is out of control. You're not living in authenticity. Just take, for example, speaking on stage, which people have fear of. But normally that fear is of people thinking that you're rubbish, you're looking terrible, and that's your ego coming out because that's feeling, oh, they won't love me, they'll hate me, they'll throw tomatoes at me. So that is, for me, ego out of control, and it's not you if you really want to be on stage, not working with your heart, your authenticity. And some over the last couple of months, I've kind of probably not been myself because I'm dealing with everybody else's crap. So I've actually been saying no recently. Being an empath, I pick up their stresses and so on. But some of the things that they've been sharing with me. So I'll read some of these out. Yes. So there is a group that I have a loose connection with, like I have with many groups, really, because I'm never really in the group. I'm on the circumference, outside. Anyway, some of them have this fear in this group of being attacked by others in the group. And by being attacked, I mean in social media, if they are ostracized by the group, they are called crazy animal names like rats and snakes. It's quite. I feel that that's a zoo or something, run by monkeys and hyenas, and they keep talking about lions and stuff. But anyway, they're afraid of being attacked and ostracized by that group. Whereas for me, I think, just throw me out. I don't care. They're afraid of people defriending them in Facebook, and I'm hoping that a lot more of these kind of people will defriend me, because I really don't like that kind of vibe around, and I feel it's like mob bullying myself. It's only a personal, so don't come and beat me up on the streets and tell me, oh, you should do this. A fear of, if you like, what people will do to them if they are put on an unfriend list. And we have this. It's no different from somebody talking about you behind your back. It really isn't. And I remember a situation where a family member had sent an email to all my other family members about me. So for a long time, I actually never spoke to many of those family members. But over time, they worked out that what the person had said about me was untrue. And it took a while, 10 years ish, for them to come back and apologize to me, because they saw if you like, the actions of the other person who was supposed to be a great property investor, but actually they just kind of taken a couple of properties off me, but they never really progressed any further in that particular field. So they realized over time that they'd spread rubbish about me. So that's a fear. That's a fear of what people will think and start talking about you behind your back. A fear of being, what's the other ones that they're going, oh, that if they put in this list that people won't do business with them. Well, this is the thing. That is a fear that many people may have. And I'm really sorry that is a fear. But are you being in the group because you want business? And if so, is that really an abundant mindset? Please do read my son Nate Chai's recent post, because that brilliantly, really, really brilliantly shows you the economics of what I learned in my day compared to what the available economics today is. And if you have an abundant mindset, you actually don't care about any group. And that's why I come back to that, if you like, that poem I wrote ages ago, like nobody, but nobody controls me. You can talk bad about me, you do not get to control me. You can defriend me, you can spread lies about me, but you do not get to control me. And people have tried to say, oh, well, look, if you don't do X, Y, Z, I'm going to tell the world about this. And I always say, do it. Do it. I would rather be embarrassed and ashamed than have anyone ever control me. Fear of loss. So again, I'm just using this organization as an example, but there's a fear of loss that people have invested $1,000, $5,000, 10 grand, 20,000. I have tickets to the event. I'm not going. It's cost me some money. But, you know, that's, again, a fear of loss. So what are you being motivated by? Is that fear causing you, so fear of loss of like your investment, because everybody, like, even if you've paid the money, but you go and everybody's like, you're that person. Oh, you're the snake, the rat, the monkey, the piggy, the horsey. I don't know. It's crazy. Or are you just going to be yourself, your authentic self, and stand up for who you are? It's difficult. You know, the conversations that I've had, as I said, over the last 2 months, because I've not really been myself, mainly because I've been taking on all their stresses. And recently I've been out on the street just laughing and singing and dancing, and I feel more myself. But I've had to remove myself from all that kind of drama. There's going on drama in people's lives. So just be aware that this fear, it messes up your authenticity. Because most people would actually like or comment on my Facebook posts, but they're scared. They're scared that if they like or comment on my Facebook post, they will be considered loyal or disloyal. And really, you know, if people are talking about you behind your back, one, it's none of your business what they're calling you about. But are you hurting anybody? I think that's the real point. You need to think, are you hurting anybody in your actions? And if you aren't, then why have that fear? Seriously. Most people are talking about fears of jumping off planes and fear of walking on hot coals, but that really isn't, I don't really classify that as the fear that people really have. It's not the fear of being ostracized from a group, you know, being pushed away. That is a totally different fear. It's not the fear of like losing 10 grand on an investment because for whatever reason you don't want to deal with that company anymore. I think if you hold on to those investments, that means you have to create a habit in you which is going to long-term sabotage you if you're going to engage in that habit, which is, oh, I really like that person, but they're on the unfriend list, so I can't really talk to them, or I can't really like them or say. So over time, you in your heart will not be authentic. And when you're not authentic, you don't ever attract what you really want in your life. The most authentic people, the most people who are themselves, and I guess the recent TED talk I did in Folkestone, where Britt she's so blunt, and several of the other ladies about who they are. I really believe that is what has, that authenticity has actually helped them become successful. They would never put up with any kind of bullying because we've been through it. No matter whether that's financial bullying, whether that's kind of like peer pressure bullying, whether it's like, you know, a lot of the people I know have been threatened with court cases and so on if they say anything about what's happened to them, which is very sad, but they're scared. They really are scared. It's like, oh, geez, this is like crazy. Whereas like, okay, sue me. So I'm still going to say the truth. And I guess that's why in many situations, Some people use this term loose cannon. Ben's a loose cannon. We can't have it, which really means that they cannot control me. I'm more likely to say what I feel. And although I'm very diplomatic about it, so for example, if I'm in business with people, I will express what I'm feeling. And then if I disagree with them, I would probably just say, listen, I can't really, it doesn't work with me. So for example, with Rolls-Royce, when they were doing something to the employees, which I just did not agree with, I said, well, guys, I'm sorry, I don't agree with this. So you don't have to have me. You can get some other consultant to work with you, but I'm out of here. So, and that's the choice. I'm not being motivated by, if you like, fear of loss of money, because in my head, I have this abundance mentality. Well, that's okay. I'll get money from somewhere else. So please do read my son Nathan Chai's recent post, because I think it's really special, because it explains in. See, I'm a more like never think all the logics through, whereas Nathan's written down the logic of the economy and why today's abundant mentality is what you should have. Whereas when you're working with fear, you're working with a fear of loss, a fear of loss of ego, like you're going to look stupid, a fear of loss of investment, a fear of loss of friends. Well, they were never your friends in the first place. Please understand that. A fear of people calling you things behind your back, crazy animals. So, guys, that is my talk today. If you are living in fear, you are not living in authenticity, and it will prevent you from really increasing your levels to get to a certain stage. However, I do want to ask this question. So what is the difference between fear and survival mode? Because perhaps if you're being attacked and you don't have the mental and emotional capacity to live through that attack, perhaps it's just better to go with them and to attack other people. What if you only ever had £10,000 and you were going to lose all your money because you put it all in invested in this company, and then you find out that actually you don't really want to be with them? Is that a fair? Is that survival mode, that you're there with them so that you can maximize your investment, or do you think that that fear of that loss, it will actually hold you back? I'm seriously interested, because I haven't really thought everything through except how it works for me. And if I lose my authenticity, if I lose the fact that I can't love the people that I'm with anymore, then I think this is just terrible. If I can't choose to love myself because I'm afraid that somebody's going to sue me, that they're going to spread rubbish about me, that I'm going to lose my investment, then this is not a good place for me to live. So please, yes, share your comments. If you like this broadcast, please share it with others. And again, thank you for listening. Thank you for all your comments, sending you tons of love. I just feel so back to myself again. So bye, guys.